Okay, what you're seeing is the Cooler Master Elite 361 case, showing there's vents in the four uh, feet on the bottom, which would be actually the side or the bottom, depending on your orientation. And you can see there's a vent on the top. There's a right there. See, that will take fan up to, I believe, a 180 mil. And there's one on the side. And then there's a vent on the bottom for the power supply intake. And now I'm showing on the back there's two vents there. Those are, I believe, 80 mil. And yeah, you can see, oh, flip down. There we go. And now you're seeing, I'm going to install the power supply. I've taken on a tape measure. You want to make sure in this case that you want to have a power supply from the front to back is 5.5 inches to optimize the fit inside. This is a good size. It makes plenty of room. So for the motherboard and for doing some cable management with the cables. I've purchased a Cooler Master G6050M, which is a semi-modular power supply. I'm not using it in this build yet, but it will fit because it is 5.5 inches, and it is an option for this case. And here I'm taking off the thumb screws. These are just easy to remove. You just don't need a screwdriver. Yeah, I'm going to show, there you go, there's the back of my bald head. And nobody wants to see that. I hope nobody got blind from that. You can see here that I added a 3.0 part. Now I'm taking off the back side, the bottom, that has the feet. And of course there are feet on the bottom of this, so you can either stand it up or lay it down flat. I'm taking this off. There's that bald spot again. Look out for that, don't go blind. Yeah, you can see from this angle now that it's open. Oh, I turn it around. Anyways, I'm taking off the front bezel, getting all the wires out so I can install the power supply, because it has to go in the front of this case. Oh, difficulty trying to get the wires out. Look out now. Yeah, any minute now I'll have them out. Yep, there we go. Okay, put it off the side. And now let's see where we're going to go from here. Okay, we have to flip it on its side. Move the cable. And we're going to try to I'm going to try to fit it in without taking that cover off. That doesn't work, so I end up taking the cover off for the CD-ROM. Trying to just figure out where to put things. Okay, now we're going to try to install the power supply with the fan down. I'm pointing, see, point down. Okay. I'm going to have some fun here because I'm going to try doing it without taking that CD-ROM cover off. And I'm being silly here. Oh, stop doing that. Come on. Get the screw and take it off. Yep. That's what I figured. Yep. Screwdriver taking off the cover for the CD-ROM drive. Just use a Phillips screwdriver for this, magnetic, won't hurt it. You can see on the front I have an 80 mil fan already installed. It shouldn't take too long to get this done. You can see I've done this at different times. One time I had a green shirt, then there was an orange shirt, Now I got a different shirt with a blue on it. And while I'm doing this, no, I'm not drinking any beer. I should have, because I probably would have done it right. But anyway, there, its power supply is in. Now I'm just going to screw it down. Yep, there we go. Got the 4 screws. They're all black. Watch out, there's that bald spot again. Don't go blind while I'm doing this. Oh no. Oh, God. It's awful. It's almost like a laser beam hitting my eye. Ha ha. Yeah, just snug it down. We should be good. Now this is a 500-watt power supply that I'm putting in to the system. It is perfectly adequate for the motherboard that I'm going to use. With a the graphics card I'm going to use in this doesn't require any external power, so it should be perfectly adequate. I'm only putting in an SSD and then a one mechanical drive, and then the CD-ROM. So, and it is a the power supply that I picked out is an 80 plus bronze certified. So it should work very, very well with this build. Now I'm going to show the plug. I'm going to route the plug. This is this is a extra plug. This plug actually goes from the back of the case to the front, so you can plug it in the power supply. Figure out where to go. Here we go, and through that hole, around the back, and I have to orient it right, get it right. And once I put the front cover on this, I have to make sure that the switch on the power supply is on. You'll never get to it with a cover on it. Well, you might be able to. And now I'm going to orient the cables out the front. I think I tie these down so they're out of the way. So that's installing the power supply. Now for the CD-ROM. You can see the CD-ROM is actually the same size as the same length as the power supply. It's 5.5 inches. You can see you just slip this into the cover. You line up the holes and screw that down. Straight that first screw. I usually like to put 4 screws in these. Make sure there's no movement and vibration, so they don't go anywhere. It's a fairly simple task. You see, screw it in one side, screw in the other, and again using the mechanical screwdriver, just basic. It has a little bit of length to it, so I can get down inside the cases. That's all you really need for build. And then we'll show later when I do cable management, another tool that I have in my kit for cutting ties. It's just a small little thing. Anyway, yeah, this is installing that. Hope nobody's getting bored yet watching a man put screws in. It's probably a little long, but anyway, I hope you're going to enjoy this, because this is one part of 5 parts that are going into building this case, putting up the computer together in this. It works out quite well. I'm actually using this case to do the commentary, or this computer to use the commentary. just to give you a list, and I'll run this down for you. Of course, you see that power supply is fortunately is a thermal take. Not unfortunately, but it's a thermal take. I would have preferred to use the Cooler Master G650M. That way I would have been able to use a bigger video card for this build. But as it is, this will be perfectly fine. The build in this will be an Asus motherboard. It's the A88 A88X Plus from Asus. This is an AMD build. Processor is the AMD APU 7700K, and there will be an SSD from a Kingston. That's a 120 gig, and then I will be using a mechanical hard drive, as you can see here. Now I'm showing the mechanical hard drive. This is a Samsung. This is a 1.5 terabyte hard drive I'm going to put in, and you're going to see something in this case that's for the size and the price. This case has toolless parts for installing your hard drives. And then you take the other one off one side. You just got to be careful what when reinstalling. The little clips are one a little bigger than they are on the top and than they are on the bottom. So you make sure when you're installing, you orient a little lever that locks it down into position. You can see I'm installing this now. The hard drive, mechanical hard drive. That one side done. And as I flip it over, you can see there's a great big huge cutout for the motherboard. That way you don't have to take the motherboard out for installing a aftermarket heatsink and fan. I will probably do this a little later, show that after the build. I'll get to that. I'll have to purchase something, and if I do, it will probably be a Gemini 2 S524 heatsink. You can probably look that up, and I will have I'll put the name of everything that I put in. You can see that's the Kingston. You can see I had to get a plastic adapter to put the SSD. This plastic adapter, I believe, has room for 2 SSDs. I've only got one in it right now, and I will put that in underneath. The same thing. Take off the those clips for toolless. Just insert SSD, and that's done. Oh, look out for the oh, I just went blind again. That guy putting his head in the way with the bald spot. Should be a little more careful. Make people go blind. You see I'm having difficulty because I'm not oh, there, I look at it, go, okay, I got to orientate this right. Oh, there we go. And in. I got it clipped in. Done. Get out of the other side. Again, you can see the hole for the power supply fan is quite large. Gets plenty of air. And we're all done. There we go. And that's power supply, CD-ROM, and 2 hard drives.